Ready? We're good?
Yeah,
Hello?
yeah.
We're done? My name's Luke Matthews, most of you may know. This is Chris Pins. I'm going to introduce him because this is how we always do it. Most of you will know us from size previews. Now in this bag, a very nice beach bag, we've actually got some product for next year that you won't have seen before. We do want pictures, but when we put these online for the first time next year, you do need to act surprised because obviously it's a very small room that we're presenting this to. I'm trying to think of what we start off with here.
Am I going to reveal? Should we just go with them? I mean, seeing as we're at seaside places, maybe this one's a bit fitting. I mean, this is kind of in the Mediterranean.
Okay, we'll go with it.
So we'll go with this one first.
And it's the Ibiza. So we've worked on 3 Ibizas, but we've taken the shoe to another place. Calm down, we're getting there. Move the table. Get the full pack out, and we'll give you a bit of storytelling. So this is the Ibiza of the shoe. It's actually called Yabisah now. And obviously when we thought of Ibiza, and it's exactly the same thought process of how we work with the other projects in the Seaside series, but it's back to Ibiza storytelling. Yeah. The first thing when we talked about the shoe was we wanted 3 shoes that firstly look completely different, but also 3 shoes that have very different stripe executions that almost embody that eclectic nature of Ibiza before we've even started.
What we did is we looked at 3 iconic places in Ibiza, and for those of you who've been there, you'll probably know these. So the first shoe is based on some kind of images that we see from the 90s of Pasha, which is one of the most iconic clubs that's been there for decades. The second shoe is around the most famous hotel there, is Pikes, which unfortunately now is owned by like a multi-chain, but back in the day that was a place to be, and a certain Freddie Mercury had his own room there and stuff like that, so it's got so many tales to tell. The third one, which is my favourite, is we've seen an image in a Dave Swindle's book called The Beef for 89, which was released in 2020. This is basically just kind of the colourway comes exactly from that image. It's one of the main images of that book of the kind of a Beef for 89 book. So these colourways are really channeling into what Ibiza was. Not so much what Ibiza is now, but what that true passion of kind of the 80s to the 90s. And the early 90s to a certain extent, but them real iconic places rather than kind of what Ibiza is to this day. It's more so that real pure Ibiza thing from that whole period.
What I like about this as well, we very rarely work on white tooling. So obviously to put a white shoe in there as well is great. I think we're not going to let everyone get away without any interaction. We'd love to know an opinion on these, just by a gauge of applause or something. So in terms of the shoes itself, we always have a favourite of the pack. Which is the favourite of the pack? Are we thinking it's this one?
You got to hold it up properly, yeah?
Let's lukewarm. This one? Yeah. This one? One of these two. So this is why
the middle one. I think it was that middle one. Should we go again? So this one?
No. This one.
This one? That's the one I think, innit? And then the M1? There we go.
This shoe traditionally is just a white leather shoe, so it's the first time it's taken different materials, it's put different gums on it, and that's obviously what we try and do with these projects. If you have got one and you are a collector, what would make you want to buy another one, or what would make it into a new space to add something new to your collection? Exactly. So that's the main point of that.
So the next pack?
The OG came out not long ago, which you'll know, Mexicana. So we're going to do on 2 Mexicanas. So these are super, super vibrant. We've done these for proper sort of carnival. These are based on Cinco de Mayo, the festival. And they've really, really dialed the colours up. It's actually one of them ones that when we photograph this shoe, you can't actually get the real sense of colour either, can you?
I think for us is that, again, we really like when these shoes are vibrant. And do you know what? It was a little bit tough. I mean, guy who helps us with these shoes from Adidas is in the room, and to get the colours spot on is quite difficult. But I think in the end, this took 2 or 3 samples, and I think we're finally there with these colourways. I think what we've achieved is really, really strong, and it really tells. It comes back to the festival and stuff like that, and tells that story really well. The details, you can't really take the details in the shoes. So in the footbed, we've got the outline of Mexico, and we've really ramped that up with every kind of project we do, being completely honest. I mean, that is the main part of it.
Totally. So these are the two packs so far. We've obviously got Ibiza, we've got Mexicana. The last one needs a little bit of teeing up because it's massive. For the last one, for next year, we've got the opportunity to work on London for the first time in a long time. And it's an amazing opportunity, but it's also a massive one. There's obviously a long lineage of people that have worked on London in the past, and there's also, it's pretty well known and renowned for certain colours as well. So when we obviously found out we could work on the shoe, it was like, how do we take this into a completely new space? How do we take London and do something that's not been done before with it? And when you think of London, what do you think of?
Beef eaters, jellied eels. Sorry for everybody, I'm stereotyping.
So none of those ideas form part of the thought process. But when we thought of London, the idea was to take it somewhere different. So what we've ended up with, and it's almost elevated to something even above that, is we've actually worked with Monopoly to bring the Monopoly board to life through London. So we're actually going to do 4 shoes in the 8 street colours of the iconic Monopoly board, which obviously super symbolises London.
You wouldn't be doing Monopoly shoes without actually doing a Monopoly board, so we're going to bring a full-size Monopoly board out along with the shoes that you can purchase as well.
A full-size Monopoly board. So these are the shoes. So obviously you'll recognise the colours, and there's so many details throughout. And again, there were struggles seeing them from here. But these are really special. Obviously to work on London anyway is really special, but to take it into a new space and obviously to work with a massive partner alongside it is amazing. Once you get the 8 colours, it's then what combination do you do to actually put the shoes together? And again, it was, how do we create shoes with these colours that have not already been done before? How do we use the colours and take it to a new space? How do we make sure there's a different gum throughout that makes sense? And I feel pretty confident we've got to a really good place with these.
I mean, London for us is an iconic shoe, kind of coming through the ranks at the whole, within size and stuff like that. I know how much it means to a lot of you guys. We've seen so many great colourways. It is iconic, let's be honest. The tooling's ridiculous. It's a perfect shoe for us. These colourways just take it to another level. They're almost embracing what has already been before, but then giving that extra level of kind of storytelling, actually doing Monopoly on top of that as well. It makes it unbelievable, doesn't it?
Yeah, totally. So a few of the really nice details, we won't go through all of them, is on the heel of each shoe, we've actually put the postcode of where the colour comes from, which is a really nice nod to it. And then the footbeds itself are fully custom in the board colour, which is that iconic green. And then there's loads of the little details throughout. So we've actually hidden Monopoly cards on the back of the tongue. And it'll all come to life, really, when you see the board, the cards, and all the things we've done throughout that. So for us, we're super excited of this pack. It's going to launch probably the middle of next year, maybe a little bit earlier. But for me, when I see them all together, and obviously we work on these shoes 18 months in advance, we feel this is a super timeless, relevant story that really embodies London.
To add as well, this is just the tip of the iceberg, I think. These are some of the key ones, but there's some more amazing product coming along down the line next year.
One that always splits opinion in our office especially is which is the best one, what's the order?
Which one, this one?
Yeah.
This one?
Yeah.
This one?
Yeah.
Right, a little brown number. There we go, That's my favourite, by the way. What about this one?
Oh. I think it's brown. Brown takes it.
Which one's yours?
Brown. I think my order is probably, I'm going brown, green. I'm going like that. Me, like this.
I think I kind of align with you there.
So I think overall, that's a little bit of a taster. I want to leave it with obviously a celebration of why we're all here, which is the Seaside Series. As Lloyd said already, I think without the Docs element, we've taken it to another level. So massive thanks to Docs for working alongside us on it. The box sets are amazing, and there's not actually that many of them. So for me, as a collector of these projects, to have that alongside it is super key. And I think the artwork really brings it all to life. So to get a box set alongside it, it'd be massively appreciated to collect. That's us. As you'll know, you'll usually see us on the Size Instagram, you'll see us on the Size YouTube. Subscribe to the channel. We love all the feedback. We read all of the comments that come through. We'll try and speak to everyone when we get actually out, because I love to actually speak and get some feedback, get some interaction, and also think about your opinion on where we can go and take it. But that's us. Thanks again for listening.
Ladies and gentlemen, please give it up for Luke and